Click.
I thought I was gonna burp again. I've realized that I have been doing part intros like I tried to do for Halo. So we're on part 10, folks. And we have incoming scan data. Emergency frequencies active. Numerous distress beacons detected. Yeah, it wants us to go to the crash site of Frigate Orpheum, which was the ship we did we technically blow it up, or did we just happen to be in the vicinity when it happened?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure if something blows up and it has to do with and if Samus was even like, I don't know, a couple.
Because kind of the only one Samus directly caused was the one in Fusion that I can recall. In Super Metroid, and Zero Mission / First Metroid, Mother Brain's the one that pulled the trigger, quote unquote.
You know,
and then the Parasite Queen kind of fell in. I swear, officer, it just fell in. I don't know where it came from.
How did this almost extinct species get in there, Samus? I don't know, officer. I think it was drunk.
Drunk on Phazon.
Yeah, the pirates just kept, again, pirate solution, dump Phazon. Oh, and solution to all the problems, blame it on Samus.
Yeah, so the only one Samus directly caused herself, I was like, come on, get through the tangleweed.
No, they're icky.
The only one Samus directly caused was the BSL station / SR388, which I don't remember. Here's an interesting question: if we were to guess at what would happen in real life. Now, if you were to crash an asteroid that looks like it's about the size of a skyscraper, so, you know, I guess about the Empire State Building, because everything needs to be compared to the Empire State Building, apparently.
Yeah.
So, if we crash an asteroid about the Empire State Building to a planet, let's just start there. I think we can be pretty safe that we'll at least cause a planet-wide extinction.
Yeah, just like the dinosaurs, but way worse.
Now, if we also have... I don't know exactly what kind of grade of explosion. Now, if we have that asteroid explode while impacting, what do you think happens then if this was in real life? Do you think the planet would be destroyed completely, as in turned into space chunks?
Let's just say Samus would have done more harm than good.
Well, I guess... Here, let's look at it this way. You're good with technology, LJ. What's the most powerful explosive device that humanity's created? I know we have the atom bomb, but
yeah.
Haven't we developed something more powerful than that? It's just never been used, so we don't really think of it as much.
Yep, we call it.
Haven't they finished development for hydrogen bombs? Or are they still working on those?
I think they finished it, but I think the most lethal weapon in.
We're not counting the possible radiation from, quote-unquote, dirty nukes.
Oh no,
that's not really an issue.
I was thinking more of New Jersey.
I told you that joke, and now you're gonna insult all the people from New Jersey.
They had it coming.
Well, I know they heard the joke too, probably, but this doesn't mean you have to rub it in their face.
South Park did it.
Yeah, but South Park has no qualms.
It's a Jersey thing.
South Park has no qualms.
They don't.
We can have some qualms. I've never actually used qualms that many times in a... Oh, do I forget? I think I forgot.
The one space pirate that was meant to kill Samus but forgot about it and fell asleep on the job.
I did 2 playthroughs recently, and so I forget which playthroughs I screw up on certain things and which playthrough I remembered. Yeah, it's telling me to go to the Phazon mines.
Otherwise known as
I just wanted to get rid of it.
Otherwise known as the dumping grounds.
The Phazon dumping site.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I believe I forget to get a log entry. A creature log entry.
Yeah, that creature
this is the only room where the Aquadrone appears. I don't know if it only appears on your first time through or if there's another trigger for it disappearing, but this is the only... I'm pretty sure this is your only chance to get it. And I forget, obviously.
Oh yeah, you remember that one creature that's slamming on the door?
Yeah, it's the side hopper from from the 2D. They just kind of have it in there as a reference.
Yeah, it sounded
which
real
I believe
pissed,
is in,
though.
which I think it's in the one I blow up.
Yeah, I think. Wow, it died and turned into missile expansion.
Woohoo! Thank you, side hopper.
Oh wait, that's right, you're dead.
I always try to. I one time tried to go back through Zero Mission and see how many enemies from Prime I could find in there, just because, well, they'd given me a name for them.
Yeah?
And not too many, actually.
Huh.
At least none that I could just go from comparison. That doesn't mean there aren't more. I mean, because it is a 2D game, so there's a good chance it'll look different. Enough that I can't tell. And I know there's a wiki out there I could have looked, but this was like a long time ago. Years ago, before I knew there was such thing as a wiki for every game series.
So you actually had to research?
So I would usually do everything myself. I do almost everything myself anyway, because I have good confidence in wikis, more so than other people, but even when I've done it myself, I tend to throw it out because I'm like, oh, maybe I made a mistake. Let's go over it again. and then I get the same thing anyway. I get disoriented because I forget you have to jump up. So I'm like, where's the door? Oh, there it is. All right, folks. There are a couple power-ups that are very well hidden for people who don't know some of the tricks of Metroid. Here's our first bomb jump supplement item. So prepare to see me mess up a little as I get to the hang of the bomb jumping. Yeah, you'll never find that if you don't know things like the bomb jump. That was not intentional, but it worked out.
Huh. Pirates sure have weird venting systems.
I kind of like the vents usage because it's obviously a throwback to the 2D ball tunnels.
Yeah.
Quote ball tunnels from the classic games.
Just imagine the pirate that has to clean that. Like, oh, why did we even make these?
Well, if you think about it, they try to do their best to have architecture that makes sense but still allow platforming gameplay. But the pirates are about 1.5 feet taller than their doors. All the standard doors that we shoot through, so do they have to duck every time they go through a door?
Just imagine one not paying attention. Where am I? Again, every time we see Samus in an elevator, it's just, where am I?
Well, okay, think of it. We
purple?
just went down an elevator from the Talon Overworld, and then we end up
in the dumping grounds.
Well, then we end up down here, but we're still on the surface. So obviously the elevator is just a hallmark back to the old games, even though literally going up and down doesn't make any sense.
Samus, I chose the wrong camouflage pattern.
I don't know. It's almost dark. It's almost dark and bleak enough around here that the purple could blend in.
It might.
Oh,
well,
and for all those who have been getting logbook entries, these are the first mega turrets in the game if you're playing through on the normal difficulty.
Mega turrets.
Well, yeah, they have auto turrets and mega turrets.
That's cheap.
Well, auto turrets can be destroyed on normal anyway. Can be destroyed in 2 missile hits.
These ones take 4.
And mega take 3. And they also shoot faster, deal more damage. I believe they also have more knockback, and they have a static effect when they hit you. I don't know if the auto turrets have the static effect. But pretty sure they have. They might not have more knockback, but I think they do. Bye bye.
I think the space pirates sound real badass in this game.
Well, they also have those flaming eye effects, which they did say were just for the cool factor.
Oh, I saw the model for the flaming eyes. Turns out it's just a bunch of meshes, just 2D meshes.
Well, yeah, you don't ever look at it close enough that you would probably notice that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's why the pirates are always moving. If they stood still, the flames wouldn't have the really flame effect. They'd just sort of be a still flame effect. Hence why everything's always moving in this game.
Well, it's good. It makes the pirates seem like they're actually actively not trying to get killed for the most part. You know, they can sidestep, they can dodge roll, they'll hop over objects,
hop on top of objects.
Yeah, strafe into cover. Try to strafe around you if you're in cover.
Tactical pirates.
Yeah, they're actually got pretty good AI. For the amount of shooting elements that are in the game. You know, for the amount of shooting that goes on in the game, it's pretty good.
It is.
I mean, to be honest, in some ways, it's better AI than a lot of games that are just shooters.
Call of Duty.
Well, I wasn't gonna... Well, they're smart. They know to stay behind cover. Just, you have explosives like crazy.
Ooh, I'm trying to remember which game had the worst AI ever. I think it was, Mindjacked. Or Mindjack. Something like that. One of the bosses would literally just stand next to the door, keep moving, and shooting the door.
Well, is that just an abuse, though?
Nope, that's standard in-game. That's all it would ever do. Oh, here we go.
Our first trooper encounter.
The Royal Knights.
Why does everybody want my attention?
Yeah, if I was a pirate trooper, I'd be the one smart one. Like, if I was a wave trooper, I'd purposely spray paint my armor yellow. You killed Samus, but how? By using
Well, it's interesting. We've pointed out how both normal pirates and shadow pirates have those rather large wrist bayonets.
Yeah.
The trooper armor, they just went all out and turned their entire arm into a sickle. I mean, granted, it's probably just armor, but when it comes to pirates, who knows, to be honest, right?
Yeah, pirates do the weirdest things. Is it bad for you? Yes. Dump it on something.
Now, here's an interesting thought. Because this is something where it's...
Oh, that's what happens when you
talk about a little lore. You see, look, combat rolls. He dodged my missile, but it went a total 180 and hit the floor next to him.
Samus' smart missiles. Oh yeah.
Yeah, the missile. If the missile didn't double back, that pirate was trained well enough that he dodged a missile. But you know, smart tracking.
Big Buddy and the canisters. What happens when you put
too much Phazon on one elite pirate?
Yeah, you just keep dumping and dumping until he gets addicted. Then you have to put Then you have to grow your own inside the container just to keep them happy. So technically, it's just basically one giant Phazon addict.
What was I gonna say? Anyway, oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the elite pirates a little. So, in the... I don't know if it's mentioned in the logbooks or just the extra scans. Can't remember where it is. But they talked about... excuse me. Dang it, I lost my train of thought.
Pirate data?
Yeah, I know. Dang it.
Probably had to do with an elite.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to... What was I trying to say next? Oh, they talk about, during their, experimentation on... You know, when they're just starting the elite pirate program. You know, they're still trying to get the process down. They, were injecting Phazon directly into pirate embryos.
Yeah.
And then they talk about the having met the first batch suffered mental breakdowns in their adolescence or juveniles. Well, because Phazon madness.
Yeah. Emo space pirates.
Not emo, more like psychopathic.
Oh, I would have liked emo better. They would have been hilarious. You know, Samus is walking one day, sees a giant batch of emo space pirates with like flipped up hair and everything.
They don't have hair.
These ones do. They're emos.
Anyway. You've made me lose my train of thought again. being used to treating super missiles as a missile entity.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I treated power troopers as the hardest because you had to use the power beam, which is the weakest. Until I learned that you could use super missiles on them. Because I never bothered because I'm used to treating super missiles as a missile entity, but this game treats it as a power beam entity. Probably because it was easier to program all the missile combos to act as a beam
instead of a missile.
Well, yeah, because the super missile would be the only one then, while the flamethrower, ice spreader, and wave buster would all acts as a beam, with unique properties.
Oh, just to picture 8 beams. God, they get confusing. The ice spreader pirate, a flamethrower pirate.
Personally, I think it would be more interesting if they had been able to give they don't say this, but the troopers, they say they reverse engineered the beam technology, which makes them susceptible to their own beams, but their beams don't have any properties that Samus's does. The only one is the power beam, but that's because it has a lack of properties. All it does is shoot. Yeah, I mean, the wave troopers don't cause, electrical interference. The ice troopers don't. Well, freezing would probably be a little too much, but slow you down.
Yeah.
And the plasma troopers don't cause even the slightest burn over time. I mean, they don't explain why. People theorize that they weren't able to replicate the properties of the beams. But in that case, the only things their beams have are the damage and the speed, which is not really all that interesting.
Yeah.
I think it would have been better, but maybe they just didn't want to make the troopers too overpowered, and they ran out of time for that kind of idea. Nope. Next time.
Next time.
Face big thing.
What happens when you dump a little bit of Phazon on your buddies?
Versus a lot.
Next time on Phazon dumping.
Phazon. Very well. Next time.